Thank you, everyone. My name is Henk Brekkie Peer. I'm a software developer of 15 years, which is also crazy because I'm only 28 right now. You might remember me when I was a freshman in high school. I was on Care 11 News for a flashcard app that I made. But today, I'm here to show you Skyway.run, my app for navigating the skyways of Minneapolis. If you've lived in Minneapolis, even for just 1 year, you are most definitely familiar with the skyways. We have very cold winters, so you've probably figured out at least 1 or 2 buildings that are connected to each other. The skyways allow you to stay indoors when it's 0 degrees outside, and ideally, not even needing a jacket when you go into work. So if you have lived or worked downtown, you think that you know the skyways pretty well, but you'll be humbled quickly if anyone asks you, how do I get to Marquette Plaza? To which your answer will probably be, I know the route to 3 lunch spots, and that's about all I can help you with. So let's look at Skyway.run. Here on the map, we see the city of Minneapolis and all of the pathways connecting each building. So on Skyway.run, we can zoom in on one of the buildings that we're visiting. Maybe I'm heading to the YMCA for a workout, or I'm looking for salad restaurants, or maybe trying to get coffee. I can zoom in, scroll around the map. Maybe I'm looking close to where my office is, and see what options are available nearby. Also, if I'm in the middle of my workday, I'm starting to get hungry for lunch, I can open up the search of Skyway.run, search for sushi, and I'll see the options available in the Skyway for sushi. If I'm looking for Takatsu sushi, I can just click directions, say where I'm starting from. Maybe I don't know the skyways even close to my office. Say I'm just downtown for 1 day a week, or I got called for jury duty and I'm coming from the government center. So I can type in the government center as my starting point, and Skyway.run will create a route that walks me inside, so I don't have to step out in the 0 degree weather to find my way to Takatsu sushi. Now, if you've used Google Maps or Apple Maps, you've probably known that they have walking directions, but it's not doing its best at keeping you inside. So Skyway.run will always keep you inside. One of the other things you would know, if you know the Skyway well, is that every building in the Skyway sets their own hours and their own holiday schedules. So if you're starting your day really early, you can scroll to the beginning and see what's open and closed in the Skyway in the morning. You can also find out what's closing at different times throughout the evening. Skyway.run will also keep you inside even if you're navigating late at night. So if it's 8 p.m. and I'm finishing at the gym or at work, let's say I'm trying to get to the Cortland Mill District Apartments. When I ask for directions at 8 p.m., my route's going to be different from the middle of the day. So if I'm coming from US Bank Plaza, Skyway.run, the fastest route would be on the left, going straight north and then east. But because those buildings are closed, Skyway.run is going to take you over to the open buildings and then up. The way it does this is the buildings that are closed are considered heavy traffic. So if you've driven a car, when it's red, you want to avoid those roads. So it's like walking through water if you're trying to go through a closed building. Now, the reason that I created Skyway.run is because I moved downtown recently, so I'm using the Skyways often. But the holiday schedule of the Skyways is different per building. I live close to US Bank Stadium on the right. So it was Martin Luther King Jr. Day this year, this past winter. I think it was -8. I did not grab a jacket on my way into work, because if I live downtown, why should I need a jacket at all, really? But because the buildings right here are Wells Fargo, which are banks, they are closed on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So I was without my jacket walking 4 blocks, and I thought, there has to be some way I know when this building's going to be closed. So that's how I got to Skyway.run. Now, my hope for Skyway.run is to encourage workers to explore a bit more of their downtown neighborhood, maybe try a new restaurant or venture a little further than a block or 2 away from their office. Right now, I'm looking for community help in mapping the skyways and the restaurants and the hours of the buildings downtown. This app uses OpenStreetMap, which is a community-based map. You can always edit OpenStreetMap if you register an account and improve the mapping data for Skyway.run, as well as dozens of other apps that use OpenStreetMap data, whether it's for bicycling, walking, driving, or even city researchers will use OpenStreetMap to gather geographic data. So if you're interested in mapping, Skyway.run makes it really easy to open up OpenStreetMap and improve the map data itself. I'm also hoping to work with partners in city governments or organizations for local tourism to promote Skyway.run and improve city navigation for everyone. And lastly, I do also hope to expand to the skyways of St. Paul, as well as indoor navigation for lots of places that also have a similar system: Calgary, Canada, Montreal, Chicago, and even Dallas, Texas, with their underground tunnels to avoid the heat of Texas. So that is Skyway.run. Thank you.